Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. It is time for us to discuss what is going to be upcoming for the celebration. So, Dokkan, finally, we were graced with this beloved gift. Daima, Super Saiyan 4 Goku, finally introduced into the game. This is awesome, but obviously there's, the major big boy version, adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku, that we are still waiting for. I guess I might as well just flash him up on screen quickly. I don't think adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku is something that we're going to be seeing like super soon, as in this celebration, right? I don't think so. And the whole point here is we're going to talk about who is potentially coming up for part 2, right? So here's adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku. This quite obviously is not actually right. That's just one of them. People say like they call, like, I don't know. People like, I'll put up a title like this, like some of these hot take videos, and they call this clickbait. Like, bro, please stop. That's what clickbait is right there. That's real fucking clickbait, man. Anyway, I think that when we would see this guy, we would probably see adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku, probably more so in a major celebration slot upcoming, but like there's no way to predict, right? Like I do feel like at this point, like New Year's or anniversary to me feels like it would make a ton of sense. Because remember, New Year's is not that long away. Remember, the New Year's characters, they're like, if we take a look at the calendar here, they're going to drop on the 26th. That's exactly when the New Year's characters are going to be dropping. Yeah, because it's not going to be the 29th. This is 26th. This is the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest. Will be on December 26th, right? So, that could very well be adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And I don't think they're going to pair this boy with GOMAH. I think they're going to pair him with adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. To me, that makes the most sense of kind of like the dual Dokkan Fest, is dropping these two together more so than GOMAH, who we're going to talk about in 2 seconds here. So I think that we could see these guys again, maybe in that time slot, that December 26th, when the New Year's Dual Dokkan Fest is going to drop, or maybe they could be, let's see, the anniversary, it might just drop on the 30th or 29th. This is January 20. I know it says February, but this is, we're looking at the January part, right? Sorry, Windows 11 sucks balls, so we all know this. It right there, or part 2, which is probably going to be, I guess it could be the 13th or the 16th. Part 2 probably is just going to be the 13th, huh? Yeah, so part 2 will probably be right there, 13th, 12th, in that range. That's when the part 2 LRs will come out. So I think that we'll see, like, by part 2 of the 11th anniversary, we probably would see, like, the Daima adult versions of these characters having actually dropped. Now, they did give us this demonic power category, and quite honestly, the demonic power category needs a lot of help. It does. It needs significant help for demonic power to be a legit team. Now, if we jump over here, right, Annie and then Rick, kind of like combo talking about stuff. So the Daima Goku banner lasts 4 weeks, which is very unusual for a monthly TUR. This is true. Say it's very likely the banner dropping in November is related to Daima. Now, let's just quickly take a fast timeout. So remember that there's a couple of different things that are going to be happening this month. Usually, this right now is the slowest period in Dokkan every year. Right, all those times where everyone goes, oh my god, the game is dead, and, there's nothing going on, and there's no content, right? Like, think of the biggest, whiniest crybaby tears you've ever thought of. They're always usually correct in this time frame. But this year, we also have the 40th anniversary campaign. So remember, there's a banner dropping in 2 days, 48 hours from now. I'll be done summoning, because this is like 3 guaranteed characters per multi. Like, I'll be getting out of here fast, hopefully. So, I won't have to worry about these summons too much. This is just like kind of like a super extra thing. So, this is dropping next week, right? We're going to get a part 2 LR. We're going to like look through the tweets, talk about it more. Part 2 LR is going to be the week after. And then, the week after that, we could see some kind of special, like, crossover banner with some Heroes characters that could potentially EZA in this week. I do think we will probably see Heroes characters EZA sometime the 17th to the 21st. Sometime in this range, we could see Heroes characters EZA. And then remember, this last week, this is going to be the start of the next Dokkan Fest celebration. So it's like, this actually is like a very jam-packed kind of like month of content here with the Daima Super Saiyan 4 Goku stuff, right? So, very likely that the banner dropping November is related to Daima. Now, remember, in previous years, like, there was no, part 2 LR or anything like that. Wasn't a thing in this celebration. It would be the Heroes banner. But the Heroes banner is something that does not exist anymore. Now, I think they could drop just, like, a banner that has pre-existing characters that are going to EZA, was what I was referring to. But, like, new Heroes characters are done, because Shueisha they're Dumbos, right? So, we're probably going to get a part 2 LR in this month for the first time since God Goku was in November, wasn't he? Is God Goku the last November? How could I quickly get to God Goku? Here, Realm of Gods. Let's go here, Realm of Gods. Oh, he's gonna be... No, he's not up there. Bam. God Goku. Oh my god, he was... Yeah, dude. LR God Goku, that far away, huh? Let's see. Yeah, November 14th. Not common. At last, like, many years after this, we weren't really getting, these, November LRs. But I think we're going to be seeing a November LR drop this year, right? And then I'd guess part 2 LR GOMAH. I tend to agree. But Rick comes in. Seems like the next banner that's part of the celebration might drop at the same time as Goku. So for me, that was, 9 p.m. Eastern, although the clock, time zones shit. So it'll be 8 p.m. Eastern, my time, I guess now. Might drop at the same time as Goku on the 13th. So it might be something more hype, right? The 13th being next Thursday. So might be something more hype, which, I mean, to me would probably imply these two, or at least one of these two, but I don't really think they would do that. I mean, I did pull up mini Daima Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, because, like, most of these categories could be a good basis to look at for adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. I don't think he, unfortunately, is going to be on Demonic Power or anything like that, right? But maybe, we could see him actually show up. But I think even though it is kind of like this, hype time slot, I think them dropping GOMAH could be what they do here. I think GOMAH could be a fun little LR. It would kind of make sense because Cell Max, they did just drop him as a Yellow Coin LR. And then now, Giant GOMAH here, he could also just be like a Yellow Coin LR. So this is the Giant GOMAH boss that exists in-game. Here's the categories that he currently has. Full Power, Dragon Ball Seekers, Terrifying Conqueror, Final Trump Card, Accelerated Battle, Battle of Fate, Demonic Power, and Successor. These are categories that this guy would have. If he's a Yellow Coin LR, then remember, he would be 2 categories, 200%. Any of this really would look good if it's 2 categories, 200%, like the Yellow Coin LRs are now. Like, he could be a really interesting lead. That's one of the biggest things. That's another huge, I think, like, W for 2025 Dokkan, is changing Yellow Coin LRs to be those double 200% leaders, makes them legitimate leads. Oh, we would just need one of these Yellow Coin LRs to be very good and actually lead kind of like a competent team. But the team actually could be, like, very, very strong here. So, to me, probably Dragon Ball Seekers and Demonic Power would make a ton of sense to me. Because I feel like for Yellow Coin LRs, they don't want to make it too crazy. They're not going to fucking give them Battle of Fate and Accelerated Battle, which is like the entire roster of characters in the game, right? Like, they're probably not going to give them something that crazy. They'd save that for, a big Dokkan Fest release or something. But, yeah, I mean, we're not far away from a part 2 here, and this guy could be what it is. Now, I know at least someone is thinking, oh, super hype, so that must be Majin Ku and Do. Now, Majin Ku and Do are very fun, but I would pause before I would say super hype. Like, what Rick is saying, more hype, to me, that's only the 2 adults. Like, that's it. That would be the only ones. Because, like, GOMAH and Ku and Do are fun. Like, I think that these guys will be nice, silly fun. Especially, they could easily do, like, a tag version of this character where do his active skill as he goes into that like Super Saiyan 3 form. And then for Ku, his active skill could be he goes into the, you know, King of the Demon Realm form. So like they actually could do some fun stuff with these guys. They get individual units, you know. Majin Ku and do Yellow Crane LR. I mean, I guess a crazier thing would happen, but I would probably lean towards GOMAH getting an LR before Ku and do. And then besides that, I mean, Daima doesn't have that much, right? Like, if it's a Daima character, it's probably going to be Ku and do, Adult Super Saiyan 4 Goku, Adult Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, or GOMAH. I don't really see anything else. Unless they do some type of, like, Daima Z Fighters character, which is like a bunch of them mini versions as they're fighting GOMAH or something. But, I mean, it's probably gonna be GOMAH. Then, I mean, I almost feel like I would think Ku and do would be more likely than one of these two here. Because these are the big guns. Like, this is like the huge shit that they've got in the chamber ready to go. So I'd probably kind of go in this order for what we could see for the Part 2 LR, which will be on the 13th. So let me know what you guys think, who the Part 2 LR could be. It looks like it probably will be Daima related, and which makes me think GOMAH, right? It doesn't look like they're going to do something like super random out of left field. So I would, again, probably land on GOMAH being likely. But, you know, Dokkan, you know, they're not always that predictable. So we'll see what they'll do. Let me know what you guys would like, and I'll catch y'all next time.